Weather reports indicate that Milton remains a powerful hurricane over the central Gulf of Mexico. Hurricane and storm surge warnings are currently in effect for parts of Florida. A destructive, life-threatening storm surge is expected along the western Florida Gulf Coast. Devastating hurricane-force winds will occur near the coast and well inland through central Florida. Flooding rainfall and tornadoes are also expected within the area. Hurricane Milton has strengthened slightly, and the storm continues to pose a great danger to Florida, where its potentially historic strike will bring destructive, life-threatening storm surges, widespread wind damage, flooding rainfall, and tornadoes starting Wednesday. Milton is expected to be one of the most destructive hurricanes on record for west central Florida. The advice is for all preparations to be completed on Tuesday, and for individuals who are in the areas prone to storm surges to follow the advice of local weather officials and evacuate if necessary. This is considered to be a very serious storm, and meteorologists are forecasting that storm surges as high as 10 to 15 feet above ground level will occur along the western Florida Gulf Coast, including the Tampa Bay area. The hurricane is centered 520 miles southwest of Tampa. It's a strong Category 4 with 155 miles per hour winds, only 2 miles per hour below the threshold for a Category 5 hurricane. The hurricane is tracking east-northeast at 8 miles per hour. Hurricane Milton has grown in size over the last 24 hours, with tropical storm force winds now up to 105 miles from its center. It will continue to grow even larger on approach to Florida, which means its impacts will affect a large area. Hurricane warnings cover much of central Florida from the Gulf side to the Atlantic side, including the Tampa Bay area, Fort Myers, Orlando, and Daytona Beach. This means that hurricane conditions are expected within the warning area generally within 36 hours, or starting late Wednesday into early Thursday. Various tropical storm watches and warnings cover other parts of Florida, southeast Georgia, southeast South Carolina, and southern North Carolina. A storm surge warning stretches along Florida's Gulf Coast, from Flamingo northward to the Swanee River, including Charlotte Harbor and Tampa Bay. Part of Florida's Atlantic coastline is also in a storm surge warning, from Port Canaveral northward to the mouth of St. Mary's River, including the St. Johns River. This means a life-threatening water rise from storm surge is expected in these areas within 36 hours. The forecast indicates that Milton will possibly continue to strengthen slightly today. Milton will then weaken gradually on approach to Florida because of increasing wind shear and dry air. But it should remain a major hurricane through landfall sometime later on Wednesday into early Thursday. It is extremely important to note that this weakening will not reduce the impacts that are seen from Milton, including storm surges, destructive winds, and flooding rainfall. Milton will also grow larger on approach to Florida, allowing its wind, storm surges, and rainfall impacts to sprawl out across a bigger area, both within and outside of its forecast.